Hello everyone, welcome to the Twin Flame Daily Tarot. My name is Tony and this is the Twin Flame Daily Forecast for Monday, November 30th, 2020. However, anytime you are here is exactly when you're intended to be here because time is limitless. Hello, welcome back if you are my returning subscriber, and hello if you are new here. I'm so glad that you found me. As I said, my name is Tony and this is the Twin Flame Daily Forecast. The way this works is first we're going to pull and read cards for our Divine Feminine. Next, we'll pull and read cards for the Divine Masculine. And lastly, we'll pull and read cards for our collective Twin Flames. If you see a deck of cards you like, I will link them down below in the description. And when I refer to the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine, divine means holy. Feminine and masculine do not refer to one specific gender. So, are y'all ready? Okay, let's get this table set, shall we? Let's get out our sage. Are y'all been feeling that full moon energy? And not only that full moon energy, that Gemini full moon, but we also had that lunar eclipse this morning. And I don't know about y'all, but I am definitely feeling it. Just a little bit ago when I got my sage out and I was clearing the room before I began to record, when I was going over my chakras and I just kind of take the sage and go down over my body, I literally felt the back of my heart chakra just, it was the most intense feeling. It was just like this energetic blowout from my back around my heart chakra. It was incredible. It was really incredible. So let's get to setting our table for the day, shall we? You can see my sage is still smoking just a little bit. Let's get our sage out and clear our table. Here we go. Let's do this. We clear, we bless, we protect this space. We clear, we bless, we protect this space. And I'm going to clear, bless, protect, activate, and fully align all my chakras and energetic auric grid systems. Beautiful. Let's get all that ash off the table. There we go. Okay, headphone users. Let's go ahead and let's turn down that volume so we can set the tone for this reading. Beautiful. And lastly, but not leastly, let's set our intentions for this reading by calling forth in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We invite our angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, and spirit to please join us. Please be present with us and help us to understand and to interpret these messages as we receive them. So are y'all ready? Because I'm ready. Okay, so because we got that full moon and that lunar eclipse, full moon is all about release and letting go of the things that no longer serving us and making space for what is to come. So we are going to be talking to the tarot today about what do we need to let go of during this full moon, okay? All right, so Divine Feminine, you are up first. We are going to pull from the Work Your Light Oracle cards. All right, headphone users, let's turn down the volume for the shuffle. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. What do the Divine Feminine need to let go of during this full moon? What do the Divine Feminine need to release on this Monday, November 30th, 2020? What does the Divine Feminine need to let go of in whatever time, place, or space they are watching this reading? Thank you so much. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit, what does the Divine Feminine need to let go of? We just need one card on the table, please. What does the Divine Feminine need to let go of? We just need one card. Did it flip out? No. What does the Divine Feminine need to let go of? Thank you so much. All right, Divine Feminine, let's see what you got. You got, this is always one of the stranger cards, trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? So this is more of this, more about, your gut, right? And what does your gut tell you, right? Let's get to the book and let's see what is trust the niggle. Trust your path. Hang on, one more. Trust the niggle. Here we go. The niggling feeling, that annoying niggling feeling, that inconvenient, annoying niggling feeling. Try as you might, There it is. And it ain't going anywhere, honey. Most people spend years ignoring their niggling feelings, throwing away the best dollops of stubbornness, ego, and post-rationalization to thumb them out. It's exhausting. And until you face that niggle, life is just throws you more bait to awaken it, to draw your attention to the light within you that is bursting to come out. The niggle is an arrow pointing to what is standing in your way. The relationship, the conversation, the decision, the shift that needs to be made, the stone in your shoe. Often we feel the niggling feeling in our body first. Many people think that intuition is something from the higher realms, but in fact, it is the body that is the intuitive one, working through our senses to deliver vibrational information. It takes just a moment every day to scan your body to receive the intuitive intelligence and to act on it quickly. So, Divine Feminine, you are being called now to face your own inner niggle. That's just weird to say. I'm sorry. If you don't face this, this inner feeling that you got, this tingle within yourself, right? If you don't face it, the universe will throw something much bigger and much more obvious in your path. Then you will likely regret that you didn't answer the niggle in the first place. I know it's scary, but you're safe. You're being told to answer the niggle right now. So what they're saying is the niggle is that arrow that's pointing to what is standing in your way. That arrow that's pointing to you that's saying, hey, this is the obstacle that you have to overcome. Whether it's a relationship or conversation that you need to have with someone or a decision that needs to be made. This is the shift that needs to be made in order for you to move forward. This is what's kind of standing in your way. And it's interesting because I like what the book said. It says this is the arrow that is pointing to what is standing in your way. We are in Sagittarius season, and we just had that Gemini full moon. Gemini and Sagittarius are I can't think of the word all of a sudden. Complementary. They're complementary signs. So they're kind of like they're like each other's best friends. What's hysterical is I am a Sagittarius. I am a Gemini rising, and my best friend is a Gemini. So it's kind of funny. But what is the niggle is that arrow that's pointing right at the thing is the obstacle in your life, the thing that you need to get past so you can move forward, whether it's a serious conversation, whether it's a relationship that should have ended a long time ago, whether, it's a shift in your perspective so that you can see things differently. What is that niggling feeling trying to tell you? Something that you need to, obstacle that you need to move past. All right, let's see what that's about. Let's get a little bit more deeper dive. I don't know, y'all. It's Monday morning. My mouth is not working very well. As I said, this is the lunar eclipse in the full moon of Gemini. Gemini is an air sign, yes, but it's also a sign, it's a very talkative sign. So you're going to find yourself having probably conversations today, and you may even be kind of like I'm at this moment, having a hard time finding your words. That is not uncommon. Gemini, is a sign that, goes from one extreme to the other almost. I don't want to say they're bipolar. I'm a Gemini ascending. Okay, listen, Gemini, they can, their moods can change very quickly. Their points of view can change very quickly. And that's what we're trying to say. You can have a lot of thoughts coming all at once, and your words can get a little tangled today. So don't be surprised by that, Divine Feminine. Okay, so let's get a little bit more clarity from the Golden Girls Tarot. I just want to point out, I'm sure y'all can see my crazy fingernails. I colored my hair red this weekend, and I only wore one set of gloves, and mistakes were made. I was thinking about just painting my fingernails red, but I'm just not somebody who likes to paint my fingernails. So back to it. We are going to read from the Golden Girls Tarot. Headphone users, let's turn it down. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. I cannot pick this deck up. It is definitely a Monday, y'all. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. What messages do we have for our Divine Feminine today? What does the Divine Feminine need to let go of during this Gemini full moon? What does the Divine Feminine need to release? And whatever time, place, or space they are watching this reading. Thank you, angels. Ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit, what messages do we have for our Divine Feminine? We just need one card. What does the Divine Feminine need to release? Okay, it looks like you got two. Interesting. Oh, okay. All right, so Divine Feminine. Let's go back to that oracle. this oracle is telling you, you already know what you need to release. Like, I don't need to tell you, your intuition already knows, okay? And your body has been trying to tell you for a while now, you need to trust yourself. Your intuition's telling you. So the interesting thing is that in the tarot here, we have the Queen of Wands and Judgment. So Queen of Wands, here we are in Sagittarius season, right? You know, she is the queen of the Sagittarius, right? But, you know, she is very courageous. She can face her demons head on. She can look whatever is coming at her straight in the eye and be brave. And so she, and then Judgment. All right, she's sitting right beside Judgment. So she's telling you that you need to get very clear. You need to make some judgment calls, in other words, okay? There's something you are already aware of, okay? You are already aware of that you've been spending a lot of time considering whether it needs to stay or whether it needs to go. Well, now is the time to act. Your intuition, see that black cat? That your intuition is very strong. Your intuition is very, it's at its prime. Like I said, this is the Queen of Wands. This is Sagittarius, you know, and Sagittarius, we are in the Sagittarius sun, but also Sagittarius, you know, is that complementary sign to Gemini again. So, you know, you got this Sagittarius sunflower. I mean, look at this. It's like, you know, I love it when spirit plays like this, when like, no, look, Sagittarius sun. Like, you right now have the courage to face your convictions. You now have the, you're brave. That sounds very strange the way I just said that, but you have the ability to look at the things that scare you and not be afraid anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. Whatever made you afraid before, you're not afraid anymore. Whatever it was that was stopping you, which was probably fear from facing your demons head on, it's not there anymore. Today, there is a new sun rising, right? You know, and it's time to look at it head on. It's time to make some choices. It's time to cut out what no longer is serving you. You know, the question is what do we need to release during this full moon? I'm sorry, my mind is going like 1,000 miles an hour. If I sound like I'm drifting in and out, that's because I'm having so many thoughts. I told you, this Gemini lunar eclipse is very powerful, and it's the beginning of eclipse season. We have another eclipse coming up, a solar eclipse on December 14th. So this is just the beginning, and eclipse seasons, in my opinion, are kind of rough because they kind of show us what's been the shadow sides of ourselves that we're holding back. And so I kind of feel like part of this is maybe even you need to look within yourself. Maybe it's something within yourself that you need to be brave and shift that perspective on. Yeah, I definitely feel like it could be you shifting your own perspective, that Judgment card, right? It could be you looking at your own, you know, perspective of a situation and shifting it. You know, Judgment is the number 20, right? And 20 is the year 2020 vision, right? So it could be about, you know, how you're looking at the situation that needs to be adjusted. But whatever it is, there's something you were already aware of that you've been thinking about for a while now, and now is the time. It is definitely the time to release and surrender. At the bottom of the deck, you do have, oh, wow. Yep, you've been fighting this for a while. Okay, so you've definitely been fighting in your own head for a while. You've been wrestling this decision for a while, but it's time for you. It feels like this decision that you've been wrestling with, it may have something to do either with a job, or it could even have to do something with your family roots here, like whether it's your family's actually situation where you live, or it could have something to do with a legacy that you leave behind. But there's a decision that you've been wrestling with for a while now that has something to do with your own stability, your own family stability. It could even be, you know, your family tree, something, there's something within your own family, a decision that you've been wrestling with for a while. Well, here's the Hierophant, okay? Again, the Hierophant is number 5, change, right? There's change coming. And you know, the Hierophant was always about being stuck in one way of seeing things. You've been stuck at looking at things from one viewpoint. That's why I'm saying I think that the change that you need to, that you've been wrestling with, this change that you've been wrestling with, perhaps it has to do with your family, your roots, your legacy. It has to do with a perspective. You've been looking at something from one way. It's time to change that perspective. It's time to look at it from a higher perspective with 20/20 vision, right? Clearer vision. Now is the time to dive into your own self, into your own intuition, and be brave and cut the shit out, really. I mean, it's time to come at it from a higher perspective, okay? Divine Feminine. So what do you need to surrender and release? It looks like you need to surrender and release to old ways of thinking. It's time to see things with 20/20 vision from a higher perspective, and it's time to be brave. It's time to that. Now's the time. I mean, this is absolutely insane. The Sagittarius sunflower. I mean, we're sitting in that Sagittarius sun and talking about going into that Gemini lunar eclipse. Look, there's that black cat right there. So absolutely. Divine Feminine, it is all about you releasing old ways, old patterns of thinking that have kept you tied to maybe, it feels like these patterns of thinking could be some kind of codependent thoughts that you've been wrestling from your family. My heart chakra is blowing out right now. I wish I could explain what I'm feeling around my heart chakra. It's like energy. Every time I say something strong and powerful, it's like I have this like boom go across my back of my chest. It's wild. I've never felt this energy before. This is insane. You've been maybe wrestling with old ways of thinking, maybe some codependency from your family, and some stagnant thinking. It's time to see things from a different perspective for sure, Divine Feminine, okay? So I hope that you found this helpful, and if you have, give me a big old thumbs up, because now it is time for our Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine, your first oracle card for the day is going to be Getting into the Vortex with Abraham Hicks. All right, headphone users, let's turn it down. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. What does the Divine Masculine need to release today? What does the Divine Masculine need to let go of on this Monday, November 30th, 2020? What does the Divine Masculine need to surrender to in whatever time, place, or space he is watching this reading? Thank you. All right, angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. What does the Divine Masculine need to let go of today? We just need one card on the table, please, for the Divine Masculine. What does the Divine Masculine need to surrender to today? Thank you. Well, Divine Masculine, it looks like you got 2 cards. So let's see what you got. All right, up first, number 36, which adds up to 9, the end of the cycle. So yeah, you're coming to the end of the cycle, Divine Masculine. My imagination attracts all cooperative relationships. This is such a fun card because look at that full moon sitting in that Gemini full moon. And look, it even looks like the Gemini twins looking at each other, right? My imagination attracts all cooperative relationships. And ooh, number 55. This is a master number. So this is about you mastering change. Okay. There's going to be it looks like some big changes coming right now. You've got the end of a cycle and you're going to be mastering some change. So Divine Masculine, do not fight it. As humans have a tendency to be really reticent when it comes to change, and we just really dig our heels in and don't allow it to happen. So go with the flow. Okay. Divine Masculine, everything is always working out for me. This is my favorite saying of all time. Everything is always working out for me. Look how she's looking right at that Gemini full moon, right? My imagination attracts all cooperative relationships. So Divine Masculine, looks like you need to let go of the feeling of, first of all, it looks like you've been stuck in some stinking thinking. And it also looks like you're attracting relationships to you that are not cooperative because you're not focusing on what you want. It looks like you're focusing on what you don't want. All right, let's start right here with everything is always working out for me. I mean, this is really, I'm going to summarize this pretty quickly, but nothing can ever go wrong because every piece of contrast, no matter how wrong it seems to be, is always helping you to clarify what you do want. Okay, so hear me again. Nothing that happens in your life is wrong. There is no such thing as good or bad. There are events that are more traumatic than others, but that does not mean they're good, bad, right, or wrong. Okay, that's just labels we put on them as human. From a higher perspective, from an energetic perspective, there is no such thing. Okay. All these situations are providing us contrast for what we do or do not want in our life. They help us clarify what we do want, okay? And the thing is that we want you to remember most of all, the contrast, no matter how it looks at any moment, is contributing mightily to your expansion. The things that you call going wrong in your life experience are actually only the distance between the things that are right and your current perspective about them, okay? So the distance between the things that are right and your current perspective about them is the contrast about these things that you call wrong, okay? There is no such thing as things that are wrong. It's just things clarifying. The contrast just clarifies to you what you do want, and it gives you that perspective of what you do want. So now you can shift. So now that you have the perspective of what you do want, look here, look here. Your imagination can now attract that to you. Now that you've experienced this, because everything is always working out for me. Even when things seem wrong, understand that that's working out for you because it's showing you the contrast of what you don't want. Now you have a perspective of what you do want. Now you know what you want. So the universe and all physical and non-physical players in it are responding to the vibrations that you offer, okay? If you will simply imagine your life as you want it to be, all cooperative components will be summoned. And even more important, all cooperative components that are summoned will cooperate. That is the law. The experience you have with others is about what you evoke from them. So look, she's looking right at this. This is your message, very loud and clear, Divine Masculine. You're not today, even when it feels like something is going wrong, I want you to say to yourself, everything is always working out for me. What can I take from this situation that shows me what I do want? Now that you know what you do want, I want you to, because now you have the perspective of what you do want, raise your vibration. Get your vibration on, focused on what you do want, and realize that my imagination attracts all cooperative relationship. So if you will just simply focus, now you know what you do want, right? Everything is always working out for me because now you know what you do want. Now just focus on what you do want. That's all you're being told to do. If you will simply imagine your life as you want it to be, all cooperative components will be summoned, and even more important, all components that are summoned will cooperate. Okay? So that's all you need to be doing today. You need to release your stinking thinking. That is exactly what you're being told today. You're being told to stop looking at every situation as a glass half full and start looking at that glass as, hey, now I know that I want more water. So let me focus on getting more water. All right. Raise your vibration to what you want. Simply focus on what you want. Everything is always working out for me, Divine Masculine. I love this reading for you. All right. Let's get a little bit of clarity on that, shall we? Let's pull from the Universal Rider Waite. Headphone users, let's turn it down. Whoa. Can y'all hear how crisp that is? All right. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit, what does the Divine Masculine need to surrender to today? What does the Divine Masculine need to let go of on this Monday, November 30th, 2020? What does the Divine Masculine need to let go of in whatever time, place, or space they are watching this reading? Thank you. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit, we just need one card on the table, please. What does the Divine Masculine need to... Wow, you got 3 cards. It was only 2, but then one more came out, and I'm like, well, I guess we're going to take that. Wow. Okay. Divine Masculine. Wow. And then, I mean, even more wow. The bottom of the tower. Okay. Whew. Divine Masculine. So we have the 4 Swords, the Emperor, and the 7 of Wands. Okay, so Divine Masculine, you are really, really, really tired of fighting. You are really, really tired of, I mean, it feels like you are really you've been up in your head. You got that, see how the Emperor and the 4 Swords are both the same, number 4, right? And so it kind of feels like, you've really been stuck in your thinking. You've really been kind of in this a strict place of just staying stuck in your thoughts. And it feels like you're really fighting your thoughts. It feels like you are really battling the situations as they come. It feels like you're really not going with the flow at all. It feels like no matter what happens, it just takes you down. Whatever happens, it's like literally you fight the battle and then you lose the war. And you're just kind of stuck. Like it feels like you've almost are trying to control the situation. It feels like whatever is happening is out of your control, though. It feels like there's a lot of situations beyond your control. In fact, every situation really is beyond your control, okay? Divine Masculine, the only thing that you can control is the vibration that you offer to any given situation. That is the only thing in this entire life that you can control, is the vibration that you are offering at any moment. That's it. That's the only thing. But it feels like you may be trying to control a lot of just not even being controlling. It just feels like you're trying to control the narrative of your own life. You know, it doesn't feel like you're trying to like control others per se, but you definitely are fighting a lot, and it is wearing you out. You are just done. You're tired. You're exhausted. You're ready to lay down and be done fighting, Divine Masculine. Look at the bottom of the deck. You have the Tower followed by the Two of Swords. It's like you can't see anything except for all the crap that's been happening to you, right? Like you just can't even, you're blind to everything that's happening around you, except for you're focusing on what you've lost, the pain that you feel, the anger. I mean, you could have gone through a Tower moment recently, and it feels like you can't see anything past that. Like you've just closed your eyes and cut off the world, and you're just like, no. Just don't get near me. I'm living in my pain. It kind of feels like that's actually what's happening. It feels like you're living in your pain. It feels like you're absolutely, whether you had a Tower moment or not. I mean, you may not have had a Tower moment, but maybe you had maybe it wasn't even a recent power moment. This could have been something that happened 10 years ago, you know? This could be a fight you had with your best friend 10 years ago and you're still reliving it, or a fight you had with your mom 10 years ago that you can't get out of your head. You're just stuck. You're blind to see, you know, anything past this situation. Like you're just stuck in this situation. You're focusing on, interestingly enough, you're focusing on, instead of saying everything is always working out for me, all you're focusing on is this. You can't see that everything's working out for me. You can't see that at all. You're just focusing on the Tower. That's all you're doing. It looks like you're just focusing on the Tower. And like I said, you're focusing on that Tower. You're trying to control the narrative. You're fighting yourself, it feels like even. It feels like you're fighting everybody else because you're exhausted. You are worn out and exhausted. Divine Masculine, what you need to surrender is, one, quit focusing on the contrast, okay? You're focusing on what you don't want. Instead of telling yourself, oh, everything is always working out for me, and focusing on what you do want. This is telling you, focus on what you do want, okay? You need to quit worrying about what's past is the past. There's nothing you can do, okay? What is done. Let it go, all right? Lay down your swords, literally lay down your swords. It is time to rest. It is time for you to quit trying to control this. You're working so hard on trying to be angry that you are just losing control over everything. It feels like you are just burning yourself out. Instead, focus on the fact that everything is always working out for me. Raise that vibration of yours and simply imagine life as you want it to be. Allow yourself to attract cooperative relationships. Look at that full moon in that Gemini. Focus on what you do want. Stop focusing on what's happened. Let that ish go, okay? Divine Masculine, it is time for you to let go of what no longer serves you. You're holding on to things that you don't even want. And then you're surprised when you're focusing on all these things that you don't want. You're surprised. Why do I keep getting things I don't want? Well, because you're not focusing on what you do want. Just tell yourself everything is always working out for me. Even when that tower, if that tower comes today, instead of letting it take you down, tell yourself it's working out for me. Now I know what I don't want, so now I can focus on what I do want, and I will just spend my time for the rest of the day focusing my vibration and keeping my vibration on what I do want. If you will simply imagine your life as you want it to be, all cooperative components will be summoned, and even more important, all components that are summoned will cooperate. Focus on what you do want. Everything is always working out for me, okay? Divine Masculine, I hope you found this super helpful and if you haven't already, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I would appreciate it, because now it is time for our 20 twins. All right, twins, let's see what's up. We are first going to pull from the Moonology Oracle. All right, headphone users, let's turn it down. Angels, ancestors, guardians, God, spirit. What do the twin flames need to let go of? during this Gemini full moon? What do the twin flames need to surrender on this Monday, November 30th, 2020? What do the twin flames need to let go of in whatever time, place, or space they are watching this? Thank you. Angels, ancestors, guardians, God, spirit. We just need one card on the table. Thank you. Whoa! Y'all, here's the deal. So my camera is standing on a tripod. That's why I keep hitting it, because it's like literally, here's my hand, here's the tripod. So I keep hitting it. There are other tarot readers who I've noticed the camera is above, sitting down. So it's kind of has an arm that looks out over the table. That is what we are working on manifesting right now. So if y'all will just be patient with me and keep on showing up and stick with me, I promise I will be not knocking. This is what I'm focusing on. Everything is always working out for me, including I will not be knocking this over anymore. Look there, full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. Twins, wowza. That's kind of the overarching message for both of you. It's time to release negativity. It feels like both of you are just holding on to negativity. Divine Feminine, it feels like the negativity could be from some codependent relationships, maybe with your family. That's the negativity that you need to let go of and shift yourself into a higher perspective, a new point of view, perhaps. Divine Masculine, your negativity, it feels like you're holding on to something. You're definitely holding on to something negative that's happened to you in the past, and you're refusing to let it go. You're refusing to see anything else except for this situation. And instead, you know, I mean, look what it's doing to you. It's burning you out. It's getting you to become very rigid in your thinking, and it's causing you to just fight everybody and everything. And it's just not working out for you. So what you should be thinking about is everything is always working out for me, because it's time to release negativity. So twin flames, this is definitely, you two must be focusing on not just on individual, but maybe even focusing on negativity towards each other, okay? So if you've been feeling paranoid or acting weird, take this card as a very direct message from the cosmos to stop it. Worrying yourself is pointless. It's time to release any negativity that you have around the situation that you're asking about. If someone has been unkind to you, perhaps it's time for you to release them. This card heralds an emotionally intense time, since both the full moon and Scorpio themselves are both extremely intense. It's time for you to feel all your feelings. There could be some nastiness in the air when you pull this card. And if that's the case, take that as a sign to move away from anyone or anything that feels toxic. For some, however, this card has a totally different meaning. Your sex life can improve now if you make an effort. Woo! Heck yeah. Use your magic, twin flames. You have all you need inside of you to bring about your desired results. So really though, what do y'all need to release? Release that negativity. It is time to move forward. It's time to move on from living fearfully to living joyfully. Everything is always working out for me, okay? So remember, grudges are toxic. We need to let that go. And if you're holding on to a toxic situation or person, it is time to let that go, all right? This is the end of that time, the end of that cycle. It's time for us to focus on attracting cooperative relationships by focusing on everything is always working out for me, okay? Know though, that when the full moon in Scorpio shows up, it is definitely, you know, Scorpio is the sign of sex and death, right? So it could be that it is the end of the cycle, of a negative cycle for you and your partner, twin flames. If you've been having a little bit of issues in the bedroom, it feels like maybe that's going to flip the script and things are about to get a little bit more heated, all right? All right, twin flames, let's pull one more oracle. Whew, I'll be so glad when my mouth works again. Oracle card, we're going to pull from the Romance Angels. All right, headphone users, let's turn it down. And that is sticky, sticky, sticky. Let's get out our blade and clear this off a little bit. All right, let's try that. Let's see how she sounds. Much better. Angels, ancestors, guardians, God, spirit. What do the twin flames need to release today? What do the twin flames need to release under this Gemini full moon? What do the twin flames need to release in whatever time, place, or space they are watching this reading. Thank you. Angels, ancestors, guardians, God, spirit. We just need one card. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and to receive the highest energy of all. So yeah. Feels like y'all have been really holding on to negativity, twin flames, both of you. Well, I don't know if it's necessarily towards each other. It could be, independently, you're each holding on, divine masculine, you're holding on to this tower situation. Divine feminine, maybe you're holding on to this energy, this codependent, old way of thinking energy. And when you're holding on, both of you are holding on to this negativity, you don't make room for love. When you're holding so tightly in your hand all these things that hurt you, look, there's no room in my hand to add one more thing because my hands are full now, right? So when we release that negativity, look, now I have room to receive love. So it's telling you it is safe for you to love. It says to open your heart to give and to receive the highest energy of all. What's really crazy is I mentioned this at the top of the reading. I don't remember if it was before I even started Divine Feminine or if it was during Divine Feminine, but earlier when I was I had my sage out and I was saging the table, I literally and truly felt my heart chakra blast open on my backside. And then during Divine Feminine, when I was doing her reading, my heart chakra, I kept feeling like this feeling, like this energetic feeling just, on the top of my back, like a and it says, open your heart. So that, I feel like that energy that I'm feeling is me telling you, twins for both of you. This is for both of you. You need to open your heart. You're blocking your heart. You're blocking your heart from love because you're holding on to this negativity, whatever this is, okay? You need to be aware, ask yourself, if y'all don't know what it is, and I'm sure you do actually, I bet you already knew exactly what it was when I started this reading, but if you don't, get quiet, get still, and before you go into that place, ask your heart, what do you need me to release? Heart, what do you need me to release? Your heart will always answer you. Your body always has the answers. Your intuition, it's like it said, I believe we said to the Divine Feminine, intuition doesn't come from your soul. Your intuition comes from your body. Your body is where your intuition lies. So ask your metaphorical heart, what do you need from me? And listen and be prepared to receive, okay? All right, twins, let's get a little bit more clarity. Last cards for the day are going to come from the Santa Muerte Tarot. She is the Saint of Death. So I thought, talking about releasing. All right, headphone users, let's turn it down. Angels, ancestors, guardians, God, spirit. What do the twin flames need to release today? What do the twin flames need to release under this Gemini full moon? What do the twin flames need to release in whatever time, place, or space they are watching this? Thank you. Angels, ancestors, guardians, God, spirit. We need 3 cards on the table, please. Thank you. We need 2 more cards, please. What do the twin flames need to release? All right. Angels, ancestors, guardians, God, spirit. What do the twin flames need to release? We just need 1 more card, please, on the table. Thank you. All right. So interesting. Let me get a sip of tea. Let me get one quick sip of tea. All right, twin flames. The way that I read my cards is this is the past, present, future. This card sets between the past and the present. This card sets between the present and the future. And the cards on the bottom of the deck are the root of the question, or, what's already past that's causing us to question, to come to this reading, okay? So, sitting in the past, we have the Fool. The Fool, okay? The Fool's journey. This is what the tarot is all about, right? It's that Fool's journey. He's going on a journey of his heart, and he's going on a journey of, discovery, right? And so this is tapping into, this is that new beginnings, but it's also tapping into that intuition. So this is sitting in the past, and it's sitting under, it's time to release negativity. So it does feel like you've been aware maybe for a while now. You need to go on this journey. You need to start this. I believe, twins, both of you are fully aware that you are holding on to something that does not serve any purpose. You're holding on to anger, it feels like. It feels like you're holding on to negativity, and you know this. You're fully aware of this. Fully aware, get it? Sorry. But you are aware. You're aware that you're holding onto this and that you need to start this journey. This is something you need to begin to work on, okay? And so this is just kind of sitting in the past position, and this is just you being aware and becoming aware. You know, that doesn't necessarily mean that you did anything, but I definitely think that this is not a surprise to you. It does not come to a surprise to you that I say that Divine Feminine, you already know what you're holding on to, more than likely something within your own family energy that you've been battling for a while, some kind of stuck way of thinking maybe. You already knew. You knew right away. You knew what negativity you need to release. And Divine Masculine, you already knew what negativity you needed to release. It's this tower moment that you're holding on to. You know you were holding on to something, some kind of tower moment from your past, your childhood, the recent past, distant past, whatever. You're holding on to, and you already knew, both of you were completely aware of this negativity that you needed to let go of, okay? The thing is this is sitting in the past, so you've been a fool, and you haven't been letting go, you haven't been releasing that negativity. You've been kind of foolish, okay? So moving into the present, okay? So again, this card sits between the past and the present. You are now moving into the Hermit energy. So this is diving deep. This is going into yourself and finally releasing that negativity. This is you know, going in and doing a self-evaluation and getting really clear. The Hermit is number 11. That's self-mastery, right? That's the mastery of the self, of getting to know thyself, right? And so this is you, like literally, like look how he's looking at that Scorpio moon. He's like, he's holding that light and he's shining that light on that full moon. That full moon is exactly what the full moon does. It shines light on the things that are unseen, hidden in the dark that we need to look at, okay? So you're looking right at it, and you're looking right now. This is you doing the work. This is you like, yeah, it's time. It's time for me to let go. It's time for me to recognize that everything is always working out for me. It's time for me to move on past this, all right? And so, and like I said, sitting right over the present, it is safe for you to love. So you're, this is you now in this moment. Not just recognizing that you need to let go of this negative situations, thinking, whatever it was that happened, okay? Or thought process or perspective, whatever it is, this negativity, you're recognizing is that negative energy does not leave you any room to grow and build a future based on alignment with source energy. And that alignment comes from love. Is loving yourself enough to care about how you feel. It's loving yourself enough to want to be in alignment and to seek the highest and best version of yourself. So look, this is the Hermit, like I said, in the present. And this is you understanding that it's safe for you to love. This is, you self-mastery, loving yourself first. 1-1, loving yourself first. The first thing is loving yourself first. 1-1, okay? Look here. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles. So you're going to be doing the work for a while, it appears. Seven of Pentacles is hard work and diligence. When the Seven of Pentacles shows up, this is somebody who's really got high standards for themselves and, setting a high bar for themselves. And that's awesome. This is you loving yourself. This is you, like I said, 11, mastery, self-love. This is you learning to master putting yourself first, setting a very high bar for yourself and knowing that everything is always working out for me and that you can attract cooperative relationships by setting a high bar. You can set that bar as high as you want, and as long as you keep your vibration, it's not just setting the bar high for the relationships, it's setting your vibration high. It's keeping your frequency high, keeping your vibration. You're going to be doing a lot of hard work coming here soon, Twin Flames. And the hard work comes from keeping your frequency high, keeping your vibration high, loving yourself first, okay? At the bottom of the deck, oh, this is cute. You have the Nine of Cups, and right under that, the King of Cups. Oh, and then the Queen of Swords. Okay, we're going to stop right there because we could keep going. But start here. The Nine of Cups, this is that emotional stability. You've been walking a tight line, maybe spilling your cups, and you're ready to stop spilling those cups. You're ready to get that emotional stability. You're ready to dive deep, 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 deep inside yourself. Dive deep inside yourself to work on raising that vibration high, to work on setting a high standard and a high bar for yourself and for others so that you can have these beautiful cooperative relationships. Look, King of Cups, you know, when you were trying to juggle those feelings, when you wanted, you know, to walk, when you wanted to be, what was that word I said? Stable. That was it. That was it. When you wanted to be emotionally stable, and you know you were juggling those cups, your heart was calling out to you. No, love me first. Okay, you knew that you have it. I have a feeling, Divine Twins, you are fully aware that you may be. It feels like you maybe have even been putting other people before yourself a lot lately. It feels like you've been putting a lot of people's feelings before your own. It's time for you to love yourself. It's time for you to get inside and get to your head and get to know your own intuition, get to know your own heart, and to get yourself emotionally stable. Your heart and your intuition would like to meet you. Your divine feminine and your divine masculine would like to say, hello, hello. How about we go for a little journey, shall we? Shall we go for a little drive together? This is about emotional stability. This is about you setting a very high bar, standard, frequency, and vibration for yourself, and attracting that high frequency, high vibration relationships to you. This is you getting the type of relationships that you seek the most by working on your own self-mastery. All right, twins. So today is not necessarily about looking at each other, because I feel like you've been spending a lot of time looking at other people, places, and things, and not spending enough time looking at yourself. So today, twins, it's about loving yourself. And remember, twins, everything is always working out for me. All right. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, give me a big old thumbs up or subscribe to my channel, comment, share, whatever makes you feel good, and know how much I love you. I post new content Monday through Friday. I hope I get to see you again. And until I see you again next time, know how much I love you, and I hope you keep on praying, Twin Flames. Bye.